Hi, I'm Mrs. Hedges. I teach vet science here at the ACE Center at Hermitage. Today we're going to give you some tips and easy steps for bathing your dog. Before you get started, some of the things that you will need is brushes that are appropriate for your dog's hair coat. There are a lot of different ones out there, so you want to make sure you pick the ones that match with the long hair, short hair, whatever kind of hair coat you have. You'll also need a set of toenail trimmers, some basic ear cleaner with loose cotton to clean out the ears. You'll also want a soapless or tear-free shampoo and conditioner for the actual bath, and then a dryer of some sort. A hair dryer works fine, just depending on what breed of dog you have. All right, so the second step before we head to the bathtub is to clean the ears. A lot of times dogs just have normal wax debris, and we want to make sure we clean as much of that out as possible. So what we do is use our cleaner by pulling the ear flap, flushing as much ear cleaner down into the ear as we can, massaging at the base of the ear to loosen all of that debris, and then take our large pieces of cotton and wiping all of that excess cleaner and waxy debris out of the ears. If you ever see other than like a dark brown debris, that's something you definitely need to get checked out from your veterinarian, because there might be an infection or some other problem going on with the ears. So the third thing that we're going to do before we go to the bathtub is trim the nails. The nail trimmers that you want to choose, there are a lot of different ones, but there is a style called Miller's Forge. There's also a guillotine style. If you have a really small dog, you can use little baby fingernail clippers or the little cat kind that look like scissors, which would be acceptable. To make sure that when you're cutting the nails, if they're white, you don't go past the pink, because the pink is where we get into the meat of the toenail. If they're dark, you want to try and start off about 2/3 of the way out of the nail, trim a little bit, and then coat back a little at a time till you go about as short as you feel like you can go before you get blood. If you nick a nail and it bleeds a little bit, it's not the end of the world. There are a couple of different products out there that you could have on hand to stop the bleeding of a toenail, or you can use an old bar of soap and kind of scrape the nails in the bar of soap to clot the blood, or a bowl of flour will also work for clotting. It doesn't usually take long for the nail to stop bleeding and to clot. If you cut it back too far and you can't get it to stop bleeding, you should definitely make a phone call to your veterinarian. We're finally ready for the bathtub. We want to make sure that we have our shampoos and conditioners, things we're going to use while the animal's in the tub, handy. We don't want to be trying to struggle to get those things while the dog is in the tub. They might slip, they might try and jump out, makes a big mess, they could get injured. So we always want to make sure we're standing there right with them in the tub so we don't have any accidents, and we have our shampoos and conditioners within reach. The first thing we're going to do is spray the dog down, get him nice and wet. We're going to put a decent amount of shampoo in our hands and work it in, starting around behind the ears, back, down the length of the body, down all of the legs and the tail. We want to really work that into the coat and get it down to the skin. There's a lot of oils that are on the skin that build up that we want to make sure we're able to scrub off. A lot of times we can use rubber brushes or loofahs in there to help work that in if your dog has an especially thick hair coat. Then you want to make sure, once you're done scrubbing, you rinse thoroughly, get all of the shampoo off till the water runs clear with no suds. And then we'd apply our conditioning rinse if you're using one. And then you would go through the same process as you do with the shampoo, but just know that conditioner is not going to suds up. It does leave a slippery residue if you don't get it all out. So we want to make sure you're also rinsing well behind that. So this is the fifth and final step of the bathing process, drying. You can use a handheld human hair dryer, is totally fine. The keys to drying effectively is to make sure that you brush as you dry and go back against the hair to help get underneath close to the skin. You also want to make sure that you don't hold the hair dryer in one place for too long so we can avoid creating skin burns or irritation due to the increased heat. You also want to make sure that you thoroughly dry in the armpit and groin regions, around neck folds, so that they don't have residual moisture that might cause skin irritation, odor, infection, and that. So you want to make sure that you dry thoroughly and then go against the grain of the hair as you're brushing through the drying process. So thanks for watching our how-to video on bathing a dog. Hopefully some of these tips were helpful so that you can successfully get through the process on your own. If you would like to see more of our how-to videos, please subscribe to our channel and make sure that your notifications are turned on so you'll find out whenever we post new videos.